Hello again. For my third lesson I thought I'd do something a bit more modern and up to date, and recently I've been listening to an artist called St. Vincent, or Annie Clark, and I thought I'd take a song off her newest album, Strange Mercy. It's called Cruel, and you can split it down into three main parts, the first being this riff. She plays that at the beginning of every chorus, and it should have finished by the time she reaches the end of the chorus. There are, in this first riff, three main parts to the riff. So the first being you're starting on the D string, 6th fret, and you're hammering onto the 8th, then you're playing 6th on the G, and then pulling off from the 8th to the 6th on the D, and then sliding back to the 4th on the D. So altogether that's... The second part of the riff sort of builds upon the first part, so you still play the first part, so you go like this, and then the second part you'll play. So after you've gone back down to the 4th, you'll go. So that's a hammer on and a pull off from the 6th to the 8th on the D, and then you move across to the A string and play the 6th fret twice. So that's... The third part of the riff she only plays occasionally, and it goes like this. It's usually at the end of the chorus. So that's a hammer on and a pull off from the 6th to the 8th on the D string. And then as you finish pulling off from the 8th to the 6th, you slide down to the 4th, and then you hit the 6th on the A string twice, then the 4th fret on the D string. So far we've got, then you hit the 6th string on the A again, 4th on the A, 6th on the E, 4th on the E, and then down to 2. That's the first riff. The second riff is what could be described as a solo, and just also a quick word on sort of how I've set my guitar up. In the actual record it's quite an odd noise she has. There's no reverb at all, and it sounds a little bit like a synth. So to do that, just turn the bass up and the treble down, reverb down to 0, and if you can, find a fuzz pedal and use that, especially in this solo here. Also, I'm not using a pick because she doesn't tend to do that when she plays guitar, and I've tuned my E string slightly flat, as I've noticed she does that on the new album. So you're going to slide from, well, somewhere up here, up to the 9th twice, then you're sliding down to the 2nd, then up to the 4th and to the 6th. So far you've got, then you're sliding up to the 13th, 14th, 13th, 8th. So far I've got, then you slide up to the 11th, 12th, 11th, 7th, and then you play 7, 7, 7, 6, 4, and then you slide up to the 16th. So altogether that's... and the last riff is what she plays in the last chorus, whilst the first riff is playing in the background, probably on a keyboard or something. And it's again a lot of sliding involved. You're starting on the 14th on the B string. So you're sliding from the 14th down to the 11th 3 times, and then you're reaching across to grab the 11th on the D. And you just, well, if you listen to the record, you'll be able to work out where the first riff goes in, where the solo goes, and where that bit on the last chorus goes as well. And she just plays that until the record fades out. And that's all the guitar parts to Cruel by St. Vincent.